The man was shocked to find 3 bodies on the beach. Sergeant Oyama rushed over to them. He carried the little girl to the shore. He found the little girl still alive. He asked his assistant to call for help, but the aide was staring out to sea. What he never expected was what happened next. Hundreds of bodies were floating in the sea. It was a disaster of unprecedented proportions. Rescue team through a day and a night of rescue. A total of more than 400 bodies were recovered, but none of them were wearing life jackets. Obviously they are not victims of the sinking. Meanwhile, the police have not received any information about the plane crash. Where did these people come from? The Ministry of State Security believes that they were all refugees. Agents were sent here to assist in the investigation. The 47 people who survived are being housed in tents. Dason found the little girl he saved. He tried to get a clue from her, but the little girl's answer was unexpected. She and her mother had fled the war. That's why she came here. Dason asked the girl where she was hiding from the war. The girl's answer shocked him even more. Dason couldn't believe it. At that moment, David's words overwhelmed him. He said that the war happened 150 years later, and they all traveled back to the present. The agent insisted that these people were stowaways. They're making up lies to hide the truth. DSS fingerprinted the survivors. They couldn't find any matches. In their interviews with the survivors, the answers were highly consistent. David said that in the future, there's an organization that genetically alters people, ruled the world. They think they're the next step in human evolution, so they're in the process of wiping out the general population. In order to escape the slaughter, they used a time machine to venture back to the present. The DSS didn't find anything unusual in the polygraph. They couldn't control where they were transported during the trip. When they were transported to the bottom of the ocean, so they drowned in the ocean. However, the rescued girl came to the beach and looked at the sea in silence, because at the bottom of the sea, girl mother tried to save her, her last strength to save girl, but she sank to the bottom of the sea. Wasn't found among the bodies recovered. Girl was convinced that she was still alive. The Ministry of National Security has sealed off the beach. Even the mountains are off limits. At night, Jack approached the agent. He wanted to trade his information for a better deal, but he's only willing to reveal part of the story. Jack said they weren't the first to cross over. The agent reported it to the Secretary of State. Although the minister thought it was ridiculous, he ordered the survivors to be relocated to an emergency shelter, and agreed to meet with Jack. Jack told the minister, there was another group of travelers who came here long before them, and they came here to change history. The minister suddenly approached Jack, and asked him if he knew any of the first people who came here. Jack said he wouldn't give any more information until he got a better deal. But when he got a good look at the minister, Jack's expression began to harden, because the minister was one of the first to arrive. Due to copyright restrictions, this movie can only take you so far. The name of the movie is Crossworlds.